Rock and Doc always calls him nowadays.
On that note, hello.
Hi, mates! That's got to be the best pirate crew I've ever seen. Thank you, Kadaro.
Welcome to Sunset. Welcome to Sunset Watering. If you can't tell, everyone has water today, in some form.
Except the person who would be driving the ship.
Except the person. Well, no, I have water. It's just alcoholic water. It's still water.
Water.
And introducing our newest crew member, Nine, the kitten.
Yes.
Does things. Oh, hi, Lolly. Good to see you.
Nine has her own space.
Nine has her own little spot.
Would you call it a cat house?
Well,
yes.
No.
No.
She's not that kind of kitten. I know! It is adorable! Kadaro, I mean, really.
I'm so happy.
I call you Kadarjo too, just like Doc. I never knew if I was pronouncing it right to begin with. So, you know. All I know is that you're our friend. It's our mate Kadaro. Yay!
we do have a holiday version as well. Let me see. But
the upcoming heart-shaped holiday.
Yes. As soon as I remember how to get to places.
I know how much you would like Christmas, but it's not that time of year. So.
No, there is Christmas once, and I'm very excited.
I mean, we're almost back to Halloween. It's not that far.
So much.
Now it's like a tribble with wings.
It's a Cupid.
A Cupid.
It's a Cupid.
Okay.
Rock and Doc pronounces it correctly.
Oh.
I just don't know how to type it. Well, so we've just been calling you Kadaro all wrong the entire time.
Apparently.
We went for the silent J option.
Anyway. Now we have to find out.
Get Rock and Doc on the line and have him type out how he says it.
How would you type it out if you were on the Book of Face where it says this is how you pronounce the name? Chappie, I have forgotten your Kraken's name, your shoulder Kraken, your pet Kraken, and I felt like is it Chippy? Chippy and Chappie?
It's Shippy. Shippy. Yeah. Like a ship.
I ship it. It's fine.
Like.
Oh no! I hate myself.
Both rums and actual shipwrecks.
I like it. I just stupid and forgot, and then
I went like a ship, and then suddenly Wellerman was stuck in my head because of the cadence I said like a ship in.
Telling you.
Oh.
That little guy gets around. Oh. It's a Khajiit name.
That's the cat people, right?
Yes,
I know I'm ignorant. I don't play Elder Scrolls.
I play.
I don't either, so.
Cat people.
My husband plays, but that's all I got. I saw it at first and I went, that's like Khadijah, like the blouses. And I went, that's not right.
It's a little.
Close.
See? It's clear. It's water. Clearly water.
Water.
See what I did there? It's clear and it's water. It's clearly water.
Mine comes from a faraway place.
Yeah, you know, she's talking about, see, it's water. She don't know what water is on a bloody map.
Yes, it's the green stuff.
No.
Wait. So I had to go grab my water before we started. And I had my speakers on because I didn't have headphones in. I'm running up the stairs and all I hear is the blue stuffs, and I was out of the room. And as I'm running upstairs, like, it's the land! It's the land!
You had something in your mouth too.
I had a cookie in my mouth.
It's the land!
What do you do when the map has no colors? Oh, there's some colors.
It has some colors.
See, that's tricky, even for
that's
me,
actually easier. Because the big stuff's the land and the little stuff's the water.
Right.
The big stuff's the land.
That's
This
Stuff
one,
with the
Yeah.
monsters running, it must be the sea.
this one looks to be color coded to avoid getting yourself into a fight.
Very
I like
handy.
that.
All the Spanish
Yeah.
territories are red.
Seems-
Way
English territories are yellow.
farther away.
Who's green? I'm not sure.
Maybe that's us. Do we have the green ones?
I don't think
I
that's
don't
you.
think
I
so.
don't know.
Wrong shape.
I mean, we, as in pirates.
Oh,
No.
If it
I
were
thought you
me,
meant
I'd be
we.
green, but
I thought you meant we as in the Irish. I'm like, I
course you
don't think
would.
so.
oh
I
no,
think we're in the wrong area.
we don't have much.
They don't have much land. They
No.
barely had their own land.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Land is overrated.
Thanks to the sea.
Mhm.
Yeah, good luck getting us navigated out to the sea.
Hey, I live on the coast. I can tell the difference between a bay and the sea, and that's all I need to know.
Well, if you run the ship up on a reef, that's kind of like land then. It's
Yeah.
not moving.
Yeah, it
Kind of
doesn't
like
move.
land.
Has animals that will run at you if you and get angry. It's fine. It's fine.
Close enough.
We move for a vote.
I'll wait for you here on shore. Follow the light. Not this one that reflected so beautifully, but follow this light. I'll get you home from the unless you're stuck on the reef.
Your lantern is so ring shaped. It's lovely.
Yeah,
It's
There's
a
a lot
perfect
of candles in
circle.
there.
Ring of fire.
there's a lot of candles. Yeah, it's a ring of fire. Doc's got it.
It's very warm.
I still owe everyone photographs of the Westgate that I was making 2 weekends ago.
You do.
It is right behind me, but I have
You
to
do?
press it. I have to actually press it and then stitch in the sleeves because right now the sleeves are all raggy. And then I'll take some photos before I put the buttons on. I need advice. I need buttonhole thread. It's not quite as fat as yarn, and it's not quite as thin as string, or even waxed string. So I'm looking for a lead on some buttonhole.
You might
Can't you
find
just
it
use
under,
like embroidery stuff?
yeah, or
Yes, I might do that.
upholstery thread would be the
Right, that
way.
would do it.
Yeah.
So I just hadn't thought about it too hard yet because I haven't even pressed the dang thing. It's been a week already. So as much as I have another cooking stream planned the next time I'm able to join you all on a Saturday night, but I should really finish the Westgate that I said I was going to finish the other day. And then I should put it up for sale because it's not even remotely going to fit me. So we'll see.
Yeah, I have to decide when I'm gonna do mine.
Meanwhile, this is my brilliant I forgot the word for it. Transition. Segue. Segue. This is Segue. This Saturday night, the 13th of February, Miss Marcy Grimm is going to be on our Saturday night time slot 7 to 9 doing a bit of crafting. Will you tell the people what you're doing?
We're gonna paint a very. I lost words. We're gonna paint, and I'm gonna try to teach everybody to paint a very lovely picture I found on the intersea of a ship and little palm trees. Well, actually, they're very big, but they're happy. So, you know,
They are happy
little
happy
palm
big
trees
And don't forget the palm trees must have a friend.
and sunset and whatever else you want to add, whatever colors you choose. There will be suggestions, but it's
your
just gonna be
world.
fun.
You can put
I'm
whatever
ready.
you want in your world, right?
Mm-hmm. You put whatever you want on your painting, and however it comes
wanted-
out.
I wanted
It's
to go
fine.
ahead and buy a real canvas and some real paints to paint along with you for real. And then I realized that I have an art book and all these leftover watercolors and other paints and things that I used back in my days when I were a costume designer in my scholarly days. And I went, I haven't touched these in 20 years, so it's time. So I'm very excited because I'm gonna use
Good.
some different. I'm gonna use the same colors but a different medium. I'm gonna use watercolors.
Will be very
We'll
nice.
see.
Crayons.
I was
I
gonna say,
use
yeah, I
crayons.
got markers. They're scented markers, so they'll be happy little
Whatever
scented
works.
palm trees.
There you go. It's the
know-
process, not the product. It's all right.
They're like the like classic what is it, sketchies? Mr. Sketch.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Mr. Sketch.
I had like 7 of those.
I don't remember why I bought these, but I bought these in my I
Oh,
bought these in my adult life, and I don't remember why.
I ended up with some from a thrift store, I think. So I have like 3 packs that have never been opened that are probably all dried out because I have never opened them in years. Chappie, you have a Bob Ross!
Everyone
again,
has
post
a
it
Bob
again.
Ross. It's in the Universal. All
Post
the way
it
to the
again.
bottom.
I'm gonna
Bottom
find
section.
it.
Well, we know
And I do hope,
the
Mercy,
emote
that
for
you
Saturday.
have a list of quotes right there next to you that you can put into your speaking, at will during your show.
Very helpful.
Bob Ross. Cool story, Bob.
Wait, there's multiple Bobs?
Yes, this one is cool story, Bob.
Why is there so many Bobs?
I like
know.
real Bob though. I like.
You also know you can
Bob, but
search for emotes, right?
Hmm?
There's like a search
I didn't, but now Bob.
bar.
I wrote Bab.
I did find
Hey,
the search
Bab.
bar, but I couldn't find one I like matched what I was looking
Then
for.
I wrote Babbo.
Babble.
I believe yeah, that's true. Canvas.
That's so cute.
Canvasi?
Can buy
Versus-
canvases?
I mean, if it's
Canvases?
if we're
Yeah, I
talking
think it'd be
in-
canvases.
I think
yeah,
it's
if we're
just
talking in terms of
canvases.
sales, I think it's canvases. So I think
That's
it
like-
must be the
I
same
think-
for art.
I think technically octopuses is correct and occupy is not.
Really?
Occupy?
I know that came out
Well,
really wrong, and I was just hoping y'all were gonna let it
Occupy.
go.
Occupy, I think, is just trying to be cute and clever, but
Yeah, but I think it's
octopus is,
actually
I think,
octopuses.
accurate. Yeah, I think you're
Probably.
right. But canvases, yes. I like that you have a tiny easel that goes on a table with canvas. You have to use it. I want to see pictures in the Discord on Valentine's Day of what you made.
I
does-
feel like doing miniatures hard.
Probably.
Finger paints.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I might have
Very
some-
many
That
much
makes you
moosin.
happy. Michael's usually has canvases on sale.
They do.
They're
They're
at
like
the front
packs.
door right now.
Mhm.
Target
I-
currently has. What did I just buy? Watercolors and a couple small canvases, but I don't know how you would get that big portrait on that small of a canvas.
6
Mhm.
packs of canvases at the Michaels where I traveled the other day.
Aye.
So it was literally right at the door. You should be able to go in and be like, I'm gonna make 6 of them. I'm gonna
Yeah,
send them to the crew. When I'm done, I'm gonna paint 1 and remember how I did it, and I'm gonna paint 6 more.
I feel like
Go
me
back
and
and
not.
catch the video and do it again.
I feel like me and not Kadaro, because I forget how we're supposed to actually say it, are having our own little inside joke going on with this comedian quoting going on.
I like canvas. Canvas like moose. 2 boxing of canvasin.
Very many much moosin. People have been using his quotes on TikTok, and it's been making me laugh really hard.
Bob Ross?
No, it's not Bob Ross. It's Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Darrow,
Regan?
help me.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Regan?
Reagan. Brian Reagan.
Reagan. Yes.
My husband just came home and he's like, heard me saying moosin and was like, Reagan, it's Reagan.
That's the one. He's pretty funny.
But it's so good. But many much moosin is one of my favorite things to say.
Yes.
Many much canvas.
Canvasin.
2 boxing of canvasin.
I have lots of them. If I thought enough, I could have just sent them to everybody.
Well, that's all right. I mean, I'm really excited about using some of the medium I've just been hauling around with me for many years. That's I'm very excited about it.
I'm excited to see how it turns out. I want to see everybody's portraits afterwards.
But it's just true. Once it's over, you can make it anytime you want, as long as you go back and catch the video on demand.
Mm-hmm.
But being there live, it's been fun. I got to say, it's been really fun to do Saturday Night Live. Been on Saturday Night Live, just saying, twice now. I've hosted it even twice. Just a little different over here in our corner of the Twitchiverse.
Yeah. A bit.
but I really had a good time. Thanks for letting me use the galley. I'm gonna steal it again in a few weeks. I've now put myself on a calendar for the 27th. We'll be cooking with cats, cooking with the crew, Saturday night, from 7 to 9. What's going on up there?
Oh, he's on point today. My paints can talk to ghosts, so they're mediums.
Instead of looking to see why you're laughing, I should check the chat. Sorry, I should check the chat first. Over there and
And
downward.
up. You're like, no, it's up.
Well, the chat is all here.
Oh, okay. I was like, on the screen. No, it's not. It's
The 9 is here.
right there.
9.
I'm
Yes, now
still
we've
kind
learned
of
to be
mad.
able to yell at the cat in German. We can't tell it no. We can't tell the cat no in German. It has to learn no in English.
So sad.
Hey!
You still could. It's just be
Hey.
confusing.
Mid-size, so mediums. Not very big, it's not very small.
English is so stupid.
It really is.
I just flashed back to, what was it, like 2 weeks ago with the whole, if you say this word so many times.
Topic already.
I know, but it always makes me happy how stupid the language is.
Well, it's good to have
Whatever
you back
makes you
on
happy.
Sunset
Nessa.
Rummin.
Whatever makes you happy.
Yep.
Good
It's a
time the
lot.
car Chappie back here on Sunset Rummin.
Yes.
I'm not on Sunset Rummin.
That's true. You're on Sunset Watering.
Sunset Watering.
Watering.
Tonight we brought you the watering hole. And I feel drunker than when I've been drinking my rum.
I know. I'm sitting here. I'm just so tired. Like
Yeah.
I'm like
I guess it's a
delusionally.
good thing I've got points.
Oh,
Well,
yes,
you
that's
can't-
very good.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you're gonna be able to redeem rum sharks when there's no rumming.
I mean, I could chug this
It'd be water
with the rum
sharks.
shark if you really wanted me to. But-
We know someone actually has a rum shark within reach.
That's true. Please don't.
I'm starting
Oh,
to
yeah.
build points back up after the cat name battle.
That was intense.
True.
I went
That
down
was
to
a
6
lot.
points, I think.
I'm glad that we found another use for points though, because those are like separate points from pirate points. So now we can make random polls,
Yeah.
and y'all can just
Yeah.
force our hands.
Battle it out with your points.
I've got some channels I just have
That sounded.
so many points I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, no. It's what happens when you just sit there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What?
Like...
Someone's cheating again.
no.
What?
No cheating. I'm just sitting on my points. I don't even know what they're for. We haven't done anything with our pirate points in quite
That's
some
true.
time.
We haven't done a giveaway in a while.
When we have an
Okay, all right.
official-
And,
we have an official agenda, an official theme, something going on. We can talk about, hey, it's time to remind you that we have this pirate points thing going on where you can win prizes. But right now I have no idea. We haven't used them since Dear Bones is live.
Yeah, we got none.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
I just figured out why you've jumped up ahead is because you're able to watch the entirety of Fridays. I'm working,
Yeah, they'll do it.
so I
Yeah,
don't.
you get pirate points just from
During the
watching, the
watch.
same way you do with the channel points. Except you don't have to click on it, yeah?
I
I don't think I ever figured out pirate points
I don't know
all
where it
this
is.
time.
Well, Lolly is in third place right behind us, Chappie, so. But anyhow,
Yeah, I'm probably in last place.
or eighth, it looks like.
I don't even know if I have any, so
Just put a command points and see what you got. There are 118 people on the leaderboard, which means anybody who's ever been here and followed us, I
Wow.
believe, has something. So.
All right, I'll pull up the actual leaderboard so y'all don't gotta do
Wah-ha.
that.
But then we'll figure out what to do with them. I was going to bring it back around since we said the last time we used these actively was when we did Dear Bones, XOXO Bones live. Hugs and kisses, Bones. Depends on who's talking to you, what the show's called. But
yeah, we had very
as we're
heated.
rounding the bend and about to hit Valentine's Day, not only do we have our special Saturday night crafting with the crew with Mercy, but I believe on the Book of Face and in our other video places, the YouTube. You'll be able to check out our first new recorded official XOXO Bone show. Hopefully on Valentine's Day. That would be nice. But soon. So we're going to have a little bit of love advice for the Lovelorn Pirate. Brought to you by our helmswoman and Bones Lynn. 9 is blocking the board.
9 is not blocking the board. She's good.
This
Mercy is in 4th.
Oh.
Kadara's
alright.
in 9th.
Sorry.
Who else is here?
Commander Root and another TV
Commander
viewer
Root.
who I think are bots that have been watching us since the very beginning. I'm not sure though. If you're just fans who come every time, that's wonderful, and I'm sorry I've accused you of being a bot, but I'm not so sure. So
My husband's in
not so
18th.
Dakar, you're lucky number 13, and you didn't even exist a little while ago.
Right.
Kirsten's dad at 50. All right, I like it. There's definitely a running total. We're gonna give you something to do with these pirate points,
Nice.
as well as the channel points. What we got down at the bottom that do other things. You can make us drink or give treats to our animals. Marley's not allowed in here though, so we won't see her tonight.
You should be able to do, I think you can
Mine's
do some,
here.
like, heists and whatnot with those points and whatnot.
You can do that with channel points, not with pirate points. But yes. I just haven't done it, because that's a whole thing where I have to stop everything and we watch what happens.
You have to put a number after that, space and a number.
Really? See, you know this already. I thought I was just putting in a fake.
No, because you have to gamble an amount.
Oh no!
Oh.
Feels bad, man.
Oh no.
All right, so there is the roulette thing happening. You can play with your pirate points.
I almost hit reset. That would have been so bad.
Oh.
You just close that window now and save it for another day.
We can make store items, but they're like...
Hey, that won my points back from me. Need a space, Mercy. All right, so anyhow, while everyone's
Space.
gambling as proper pirates in the chat, has anybody else done anything fun since the snow started dumping on our side of the world?
No. I don't think
No,
so.
the answer must be no. I was really
baked
excited
things.
to get out today because it was really puffy and snowy for a while. But
I've been hiking through the snow, going to old stuff in the woods. That's fun.
are those? Oh,
Me
Chappie,
too.
did you make those
Ooh,
recently?
lots
I
of
love the iridescent. Look at
Nice.
what he's done. Because I now know how to point. I think. Wait, I'm doing
Nope,
it wrong
you're
again.
pointing the wrong way.
This guy made dishes. And they're beautiful. Did you make these on stream, on your stream?
Yes.
Let's see.
See? This is not land. This is water.
No, that's
Nope.
glass.
That's glass.
Give her.
Chappie,
This is the color for land.
if you should come and do a crafted with the crew some night and show the people how you make your dishes.
Mhm.
Just saying. We'll
I
chat.
just added 10 new pieces to my shop this afternoon. I
Go to an
spent
Etsy shop then.
I spent a couple of hours working on adding the 10 items that I've just fired over the last couple of days while trying to get my stream up and going and whatnot.
Well, I just gave you a shout out in the chat, so you should check out Chappie's actual channel here on the Twitch. But go ahead and pimp your shop too. I think the square dishes are fancy as well.
Aye.
Oh yeah,
Very pretty.
I've got.
Oh, yeah.
I got
Copy paste. Send us your link. Meanwhile, if you look down here, I'm gonna sell all the stuff now. If you look down here where it says piratical goods and the buttons on our page, that takes you to our Etsy shop, which has all sorts of things made by members of the crew and our mermaids and all kinds of stuff.
All the things. We do the
If you
thing
need a
and we sell the
button,
things.
With our logo on it, you can add that right on after you buy a very pretty necklace that Coral found at the bottom of the ocean. I mean, really. Really. All right. And also now in the chat, we have Crazy Crafts. Crazier Craft.
Crazy RY crafts.
Right, and I knew that. We talked about this before, but I can't read it as a word, and therefore I'll keep trying. Crazy RY
How many water sharks is Cat?
this is why I get angry when you tell me how drunk I am, and I go, I'm really not. I'm just me. maybe there's something drunk about being Cat McKenna. I don't know. But I've switched locations.
Hey, Mercy, welcome back.
Did I go
Your
somewhere?
your sub just went off.
Oh. I think I should. It
Big
said
question
something
is,
about
how many
my
Oh.
8-month sub anniversary, so I
I
shared
do
it.
love watching that very, very much. I love watching that.
It's a good time.
That's one of my first cannon fires. I had nothing to do with it. I literally stood next to it and made it look exciting. It's footage from an old dub smash that we did, which was TikTok before TikTok was.
Yeah, I was
TikTok.
gonna say that was the original
True.
TikTok.
So that
was.
was came in like a wrecking ball when the thing went off right at the right time, and we were just overjoyed. But now it makes the most perfect subscription gift. So keep doing that, folks, because it's fun to watch. That one and the follow, which gives us shaka shaka shaka, which is just
We do get shaka shaka shaka.
oh, Red Legs and Devlin Dancing is just the best.
I forgot
Which
it
Nine
had an
also likes to
animation
do.
it.
Oh, but in reference to what she was talking about, I think right before we went live, 8 months.
Woo, yes, that's right. We were trying to figure out how long we've been here. Only 8 months. Because
Yes,
I'm coming
because
around on
Yeah.
a
I
year
subbed
of
in the
having
first
been.
month, which is why I have that big old first icon. And my
Right.
next subiversary is in 5 days.
Right? Me, yeah.
I was
It's
gonna say, I
coming
think
up.
it was like April.
That
Yeah,
makes
it was
sense.
probably a month in, because I think we're 11 months into the panorama, so...
Bandana Man
TikTok
Rama.
got to you, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. It's
Yeah,
just
well,
constantly...
For the record, you
Hey guys, Doc's famous on TikTok.
Yes.
So I've heard.
and if
You
you
know,
decide to start a TikTok, be careful with swords, and you can't say the word pandemic.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is that Pat's been on shorter than I have, and she's gotten way more videos taken down for her swords. When I blow off an actual cannon, and everybody's like, "We're perfectly fine with that."
I mean, technically, I've only had 2 videos taken down, and one of them repeatedly, because I keep trying to get it up there. I've given up, because I've tried 5 different ways, and they keep taking it down. But I did
would
manage to
guess
get the
it's-
last one.
It's brandishing.
No, I never point at the.
No,
camera at
but you're
all,
still
but-
brandishing where, like, the cannon is in the background and, like, not in the face of, like...
And one of mine was my
I don't know.
actual stage sword and my false pistol, and I think the pistol got me in more trouble than the sword did.
Probably.
It's
So who knows?
there's no logic to it, honestly.
no
There's no
logic.
logic.
Right?
There's
prop
things-
sword, fake sword, prop weapons, toy weapons. You can write whatever you want, and it doesn't. It's weird. I don't even know how it finds it.
I don't
Yeah.
know, or there you can
Well, excuse
report
me.
things that, like, there's verified creators who have things that should not be up at all, and TikTok's like, that's all right.
Well,
But
you know,
then-
I'll just come
Yeah,
here
but-
to Twitch, and I'll show my
There you go.
swords.
I just looked around. I do not have a sword within reach. That's unusual.
Mine's over there. It
I
is
do-
here,
if-
but it's over there.
So
I do if
story
I
time.
build up.
So story time. I had to reach out to Twitch multiple times about our channel.
Oh,
Just to confirm.
so don't put swords on the Twitch channel.
No. It's fine. I confirmed. Everything was fine. We cannot have firearms, but swords are fine. But I reached out and I'm like, look, like, we're pirates. Like, that's our whole shtick. We need the swords. Like, that might happen. So is that okay? And they're like, wait, you're pirates? And this is like, I like sent them to our Facebook and everything was like, yes. Like, this is what we do. We've chosen this as our life career path. So I had to, like, reach out, and I think I spent, like, 3 weeks emailing with Twitch just to make
Wow.
sure and going over the terms of services, like, with a fine-tooth comb, just to make sure we're good.
When you're a professional pirate.
I've got a question for Nessa.
Uh-huh. I don't know if I can answer it.
let's say that once the world opens back up again,
Uh-huh.
and would we ever Twitch stream an actual live event? And if so, what happens with our pistols or the cannons? Would that be okay because we're broadcasting the show?
That'd be a whole nother 2-week conversation with Twitch right there, but I'll do it.
I mean,
love to
I'm
do
just
that,
figuring, you
though.
know, if we're live broadcasting for our subscribers, hey, the Pirates of Fortune's Folly live this Saturday afternoon. Hey, look, cannon demonstration. Boom,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop.
Hey,
I mean, I got a
look,
brand
this
new
is what we
blunderbuss
actually
that I
do.
am dying to shoot
Yes,
up.
this is act.
This
And
is
the
what we
thing about it-
actually do, everyone. It'll be look totally different. There won't be 6 little boxes, just one big screen and a chat box.
And you do it live, then you just have to beg forgiveness, not permission.
And there'll still
Don't
be
listen,
room sharks.
don't listen to what we're saying right now, Twitch. Just
Yeah,
go on.
yeah.
Yeah, it says, in the terms of
Never
service, it just says brandishing lethal or harmful weapons such as guns, knives, or explosives, but, like, I'd have to be like, look, like, I can promise you these are fake.
They're
They're
not
not
harmful to me.
Yeah, they're fake until we make them go boom.
Yeah. So I mean, even jugglers have a hard time on the other platform, the TikTok
Mhm.
one, because
With,
they
like,
can't
axes
juggle
and stuff.
knives or fire, and it's too dangerous. Many of our friends from the
Yeah.
Ren Fair and Pirate circuits are both having trouble, and they're like, I don't know what else to do. This is what my livelihood is. Actual people who juggle for a living
Mm-hmm.
are getting their stuff taken down and just trying to, okay, how do I get around this? This is all I do. This is what I would put on this platform because it's what I do. I was like, I'm feeling very similar. Like, yes, I can not have a sword. Just
You had
not.
said jugglers, and all I could think of is the clubs and, you know, those deadly, sharp, dangerous clubs.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
that's a
know,
good
knives or axes that are on fire or
Or
whips.
chainsaws.
Or
Even
chainsaws.
our Mad Molly. Even our Mad Molly juggles swords.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Just use kitchen knives because those are okay.
You know, that's
I
probably
don't-
some kind of horrible loophole.
Yeah,
I'm
because
saying
there's
it's
cooking
not-
TikTok.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can be the cuisine art pirates.
Yeah, I mean, they're-
If
So,
random juggling breaks out while you're cooking, it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And known to happen in my kitchen,
way
not
of-
mine, but
yeah, in the way of
Dakar.
cooking, there's a guy who does nothing but cooks with a knife over a campfire. He cuts, he chops, you know, he measures, he stirs, all with this like
That poor
Crocodile
knife.
Dundee dagger. Yeah.
He's got to sharpen that every day. That's not good for the knife.
Ooh.
I'd
Thanks
test
for
it,
the
but I'm not
favorite,
good at
Chris.
juggling, so
Dakar,
it wouldn't be good.
I can't
Feel
juggle.
that.
Can anyone here juggle?
Nope.
Not I.
Can you really, Dakar?
Oh,
That's what I was asking.
I've-
All right, good.
I don't have
That's
enough
good,
ins-
Chappy. I can juggle one.
So, in university, they actually have it of if you were in the honors program at my university, which is for all the really smart kids. Keep that in mind. You had to have a certain score and a high GPA. You had to take a juggling class and an origami class as
I
an
love
honors student.
I love that. That's very rounded out curriculum right there.
Are you juggling Bob?
A monkey?
Are you juggling Bob's
Oh.
pieces?
It looked like a Bob skull to me, and I was very concerned that you were juggling Bob.
The
Monkey.
monkey tail gets in the way.
Monkey, parrot, something. Monkey,
Batman.
parrot. Monkey, parrot,
Batman.
scrunchy. Oh, Batman.
It was Batman Funko.
I'm working
I am
on
also-
fire.
Also, in the only room in my house that
Oh.
doesn't have even one Funko in it.
Really?
The only room in the house.
That's quite surprising.
doesn't have one.
I'm
We gotta
learning
get her a
pins, so-
costuming Funko.
Pins are very hard, but I need to learn that before I set them on fire. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That makes sense.
Please do. Please learn those before you put fire in your
Did you
hand.
say pens or pins?
pins, as in like
Oh.
throwing pins.
juggling pins. Okay, like the okay.
Clubs.
But,
I heard
apparently-
pens, and I'm like, why would you set a pen on fire? That doesn't seem very effective.
Apparently, when you set them on fire, it's actually easier because the fire wants to be upright.
Hmm.
Anyway,
I want Ren Pops too.
So you can
Pops on
do
Chappie.
custom. You can make custom Funkos.
Well, Chappie, tell us what Ren Pops are real quick, because I want some for Barty Party, but I want some for us too.
Yeah.
Don't really qualify.
Ren Pops are basically a paper version of Funkos.
Yes.
So they're basically 8-bitted because you fold. There's a lot of acts that we all know and love that already have Ren Pops of themselves, such as Senor Dan Kostelic of Shakespeare Approves, Paulo
Bonk!
Gonzalo,
Uncle!
Aaron Bonk, and a handful of others.
Yeah. Someday when Barty Party's famous, I'm gonna make sure we get some. Meanwhile, we have to go to a Ren fair that isn't digital before I think that Pirates of Fortune's Folly would qualify, but I want them because no one's ever made art of me, and I want that real bad. I want art of me and toys of me and comic books of me, and I've never had any of them.
And you know what? On your sheet, you could probably also get a thing to make a foldable 9, and you could put them on your head.
Yes.
can I get one done on my cat?
I really want a Ren Pop of myself.
Yes, well, and as Nessa's showing right here, she just made a Nessa. They do have the one pirate body, just the one though.
You know,
That doesn't do any good for me because it's got an inseam.
That's true. It does.
That's true. No kill.
There's skirts. You can put a skirt on and try to change the color.
Yeah, well, and then also you don't get those made. They're just pictures. I tried before because I was legitimately going to make myself. I want an art of me. I want a toy of me, and I want a comic book of me, and I don't have any of those things.
that's all she wants, folks. Just
that.
I want fan art. Dang it!
Somebody
want
make
fan
fan art of Cat.
Pirates would be amazing.
We have
well-
received fan art from Kirsten the Fiercest.
Yes.
We did.
That was pretty great.
We did receive. I can go get it if we need to look at it, but I will bring it. It's usually behind me when I do my work and things because I keep it up on the wall. But it's our pirate family, all our names done in Scrabble, which is really really clever. And it's the first fan art. I believe it's the second fan art the crew has had because I forgot that the captain and his mates down in down on the shore in New Jersey, where I can't remember, Cape May, at the lighthouse. They all had somebody come by and draw them. I'm so jealous.
Or if we can be performing with Music the Gathering, maybe we can get those cards too.
They make they make magic cards because Music the Gathering, and yes, I also want those. Just saying, I have ambition in the world of geekery, and it's mostly to have merchandise of myself.
I feel like that's
That's like amazing.
Someday I might end up
I
on a
understand
t-shirt.
you share the same dream.
Or you know what? Finger
Because
puppets?
we can do that.
finger puppets.
I have
We
an
could have
idea.
finger puppets.
I have an idea.
We could have a paint night and paint self-portraits
Oh, I don't
and
want
then
that
put
on
them on t-shirts. I don't either. I'm not good at painting people's.
I'm not good at drawing myself. I need an artist. I need an artist to come and do my art and toys.
I would
and
volunteer, but y'all have seen the horoscopes.
yeah, I don't.
Hey, it's another great Sigu.
Yes. I owe those, huh? Gotta get
It's
the
another
February.
good Sigu because we have if you click on the merch link, which just so happened to have popped up in the chat, you can take a look at our Twitch channel merch, which has some really fun logoed items, including the new blankets that I have not yet picked up, and I'm sad. I need to do that because warmth is good.
Mm-hmm.
But our latest, we have the first two horoscopes of the year have their own mugs and t-shirts.
Yes.
All right. Tell us, please, what you're holding there, Chappie.
It's me.
It's your fan art. Who made fan art of you and what are you wearing? What are you
Well,
wearing?
this is an item I received as part of a holiday crafty Christmas exchange. Um, every year, Stacy Armstrong does them. She does the knitting and whatnot. We're normally at Launch a Lot. This was made by her daughter, who had gotten my name in 2018. And
What?
this is uh, exactly what I wear. This is my Irisher kilt, and then there's the corset with the green shirt, which is surprisingly that's the outfit that most of my pictures with a lot of my friends and stuff are in. Is with the Irisher with the green and that. So all my photos, I happen to be wearing that same thing, and then of course my lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
And this is a magnet.
Oh, I love that.
Much more useful than the
See?
heavy saber.
That's some very useful fan art. Also, yeah, heavy sabers also over in the corner. I got my two-hander practice sword in. I'm very excited.
Yes, I actually already have at least one thing already.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. I'm trying to think real hard, but I've been performing a long time and still no fan art. I want fan art.
Well, that's like
It's not going to come from Kidaro. I'm going to still call him Q because now I know we're pronouncing his name wrong again for sure. And we can ask Rock and Doc later. But anyhow, Kidaro is a relatively good artist as long as it isn't drawing people. And that's the thing.
People
If
are hard.
everyone could do it.
We shouldn't do
Wouldn't be
self-portraits. We should draw names out of a hat and have to draw another team member's
So
There
what
you
I'm
go.
hearing is
That
we
could
need
be
to have
good.
our own civic doodle.
Let's do that on Friday.
I'll have to find somewhere to make that happen, but I'll make it happen.
Yes.
Like, I will make it so that I can put whoever's drawing. Here's the best part is, like, we gotta, like, draw them, and, like, no one knows who drew the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta, like, do fibbage kind of style of who drew them.
Yes, no, I like that.
I like it.
It sounds very dangerous.
Yep,
But
go ahead and
very
knock
fun.
yourselves out. I work on Friday, so I never get
I
to do a game night.
know. I know. Well, that's why you're gonna do a Saturday night something for us, and it'll be fun. It's not the same as game night. Almost everyone I know who does a game night does it on a Friday.
Does it count if I do all stick figured?
Yes,
Sure.
it has to, because I don't know what else I would do. Doc, I have been wearing the bunny t-shirt to bed the last night, so the last night or two. So I am a testament to how people have purchased your art. It may not be fan art of me, but I do have some.
I'm thinking about putting it out on my TikTok to get fan art of me. See if somebody can draw me.
But they
Put up a
would.
blank wanted poster and say, "Fill this out."
But they would.
They
And then
would.
you'll
Yeah.
have fan art, and I'll be extra jealous.
Yeah, Jelly McKenna.
Jelly. Wait, what? Jelly McKenna. Who's
Oh,
making
jealous.
jelly?
Jelly.
Oh, well, yeah.
When you're jealous
I'm
of something, you're jelly.
I was thinking like a large gummy bear shaped.
Soaked in rum.
Yes. Rummy bears I'm fond of. So let's get on that. It doesn't have to be me shaped. Just send me gummy bears.
Tarjay had giant unicorn gummy bears.
Really big ones freak me out.
Like
I will
1
be
pound.
honest about that.
Like,
Those really freak me out. I purchased a red one and a blue one, which were about 8 inches tall. A red gummy bear and a blue gummy bear for my twin nephews. Because how cute is that? And they were like 5 or 6 or something. So they loved it. But just, they were too big. They were wrong. And like, I couldn't imagine eating it. It was too much for me. They loved it, and I won points for being the cool auntie. But you know,
Don't eat the whole thing; you'll feel horrible.
Uh,
Quirky, but you get points. how do I give you points?
I would say negative points for that.
Yeah, that was awesome. I did not even see that coming.
Yeah, got my points back.
Oh my gosh.
So now you're
Ridiculous.
even.
Got quiet and weird for a second, didn't they?
You didn't answer the question.
Wait, what?
So now you're even. You
Yes.
went back to what you had.
Yes. Wi-Fi connection went crazy. Well, sometimes that happens. That's definitely it's a problem here regularly. So.
How many rum shocks are needed for Cat to type gamble all?
No, I'd have to get something. I'd have to receive goods. My fan art. Make me fan art. Maybe. Then maybe.
Maybe. Not even yes, I'll do it. It's a maybe.
maybe.
That might be the first time I ever won when I did that. So. Just saying.
Y'all are gambling. I'm just over here playing with the cat.
Yes, that's also true. All right. Based
I've
on
been
some
on a bit of a winning
information,
streak, so.
based on some information I have just gleaned from a message in a bottle, I'm going to say that XOXO Bones' second official episode is going to come out on Valentine's Day.
Oh yay!
I'm gonna say that
Lovely.
without being 100,000% sure. I'm pretty much 99.8% sure. So just based on some things I'm seeing in my message in a bottle here. All right. Dance. All right, my favorite part about the cute little animated kitty is that she does say shake-a, 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 shake.
Oh, sorry, I refreshed it because it was dancing for like 30 seconds. I missed Mercy's dance. Sorry.
There. Shake.
All right.
Also, you have to teach us how to feed her again because I don't remember the command. We didn't.
There is no command. I have
you
to
just
change it.
Happen.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I set up attack and dance because I figured those are going to be the most common ones we wanted.
I mean,
Oh, there's also the Nessa do the thing.
do you have to write Nessa or do you just write do the thing like you do when you actually write do the thing like this?
No, because if you do the thing, that's another command, so you can't double commands.
Right, Doc is just hanging around gambling.
I mean, it's Doc. Are we surprised? He gambles and he
Yeah.
sleeps. Those are like the two main things he enjoys doing. And drinking.
Gamble, sleep, and drink. Yes.
It doesn't appear to be answering you this time though, which is interesting.
Yeah, it didn't the first
No,
time I
give me
did
a
it, and then I did it
point.
again and I lost points, so I give up.
Sad. Ah, so many points. I just like the feels bad man.
Yeah,
exactly.
feels bad, man.
That's a lolly either. Left her hanging. Not fair. Not fair.
Doc's just trying to get out of 8th place. Yeah, we'll try to do something soon. We just haven't had a big thing to do. So next big thing we'll do the thing.
Exactly. We're just hoping that we have some big things to do. We have things in the works for this year. Should things go in a better direction than they have been for the last 8 months that we've been here doing this thing.
I heard
so ready to
potentially
show you all.
late summer.
Yeah. I am so ready to show
My,
you all what we do in real life. Because this is not what we do in real life.
My school has confirmed that we will be going back to school in the fall, which is all I care about.
That's good.
So
I mean, as long as it's good. It's
Yeah.
not good right
Yeah,
now,
as long
and
as
it
it's safe.
wasn't good before, and it was a terrible idea, but it's good if it's where things are headed.
yeah, and we're
So
going
I'm
back
gonna knock
with
on all the wood.
50%.
I'm gonna knock on this wood and this wood and this wood and this wood because I'm not sure this was wood. On all the wood for real because I can't I can't take much more of this.
I can't either.
I'm not Scottish. You've made me notice.
And when all this started, I was still roaming around Europe. Not here.
So you weren't here for the start of all this.
I wasn't.
You weren't in Italy, were you?
No, I wasn't with you.
Oh no, that's
Daffy
true.
was still roaming around
Chappie
Europe.
was roaming about. Yeah. We
Aye.
finally picked up Chappie. But we're glad because really it all happened here. It all happened here on the Twitch.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did things, and now you're here.
And
So
someday
wait-
you'll do real things.
Yeah, someday you'll do real things that aren't just virtual.
Which
The
thing?
nonsense that we perpetuate here in this glorious space that is the Twitch.
Nonsense.
What, you don't think this is nonsense? All my favorite parts about
It's
today were
fun
complete
nonsense.
Exactly. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Shenanigans, yes, but not nonsense, because sometimes we make sense. So we sometimes
True.
sense.
It's
Those
true.
are special
Sometimes.
days. Those are special days.
We sometimes sense a sense, so we're not completely nonsensical. We're sensical.
But at the same time, we don't necessarily need sense because we steal stuff. So who needs the pence?
I think I just had a mini stroke in trying to say that
think you did
sentence.
too.
I don't know what just happened.
I was gonna ask you what she was trying to say because I'm not entirely sure.
I was trying
I
to use
didn't
sensible
follow.
a whole bunch of times in a sentence, and it backfired, and it didn't come out as sensical. So it's fine. Just had a mini stroke. It's a-okay. 25, having strokes.
Kind of nice. Or talking to Car and just like, yo. You keep trying to talk, and when we have something important to say, we will say it. Just say it.
Hey, Dakar.
Yes.
Do you got a kitty with you?
No, they don't come up here unless I invite. Why?
That's
Yeah.
fair.
She was gonna treat them. I know it.
I mostly just wanted to see the kitties.
There's a little kitty right below your window.
I know, and I love 9. 9 is great, but I want to see Xander.
Xander and Jinx are cute chip cats.
Mm-hmm.
And now we wait.
I have
So-
mine.
Here, wait attentively. Freak him out.
She's a void.
Yeah.
Bogey was being real cute the other day. I was studying and he was screaming, so I brought him over. And he just was like, "No, Mom, we're going to take a nap. I want to take a nap." So he like curled up on me. He's like, "All right, I go sleep." And he took a cute little
Screamed
nap.
at you because he wanted to take a boob nap.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was like, yeah, I guess it was a boob nap, really. Like, I moved to lay on the couch at one point, and he laid like on like right here with his head buried into my neck. It was real cute.
Aw.
He wanted to use you as a mattress. Because I
Yeah.
feel like Bogey's a bit like the bird version of Marley.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of a jerk until he's
Yeah.
adorable.
Meanwhile,
Hey,
to
baby.
talk to his wife.
Free. Say hi.
Oh.
This
Wait
is
a minute, that's Jinx!
Hey, Jinxie.
Oh,
Boo
no.
naps. Why did I come to this?
Oh,
My
I
bird
feel
likes to take
welcome.
boob naps. He like sits, and I don't always have this on, so they're not always this prop.
I mean,
but he likes to
who
sit
doesn't
there
like to take
because
those
it's
kind of
warm,
naps?
and he digs his head into my neck, and
Yeah,
he
he
does this
does.
little dance too. He goes,
It's the bedtime boob dance. The
Oh,
bedtime
yeah.
dance.
Bogey learned that from Birch.
"Yeah, probably." Yeah, we're talking about you. You want to come over?
Aw.
Oh, there he is.
Yan Yan.
Where's my Zan? Hi,
Zan
Zan man.
Hi.
It's the Xander Vander. And Boob Bird.
Boob bird.
And Bogey. Pets.
He's gonna
We
poop
have
on me
reached the
because I
pet
didn't want to
portion.
poop.
We have reached the 7 p.m. pet portion of the stream.
Where? Oh, chill.
Come on. Love me. All the humans are like, it's pets time. And the pets
Come
are like,
here.
no.
Yeah, any other minute, he's like, I need to be on
Walking in front
top
of
of
the
you.
camera. I need to be everywhere. Got it? Yeah, I knew that was coming.
All right. Well, this appears to be the time.
I'm sorry.
To
I didn't mean to hit your feathers.
spend a couple of points, and I say treats for familiars. Anyone what's got a familiar within arm's length should be treat their pet. Treat
You
your
want a nut?
familiar.
Yeah.
And my fingers smell like
Why not?
processed fish powdery stuff.
Ooh.
Processed fish powdery stuff. Is that what your cat smell like? Because
They're
not
giving
mine.
them treats.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Well, see, good. Then you did the thing, because I was redeeming treats for familiars because there were just so many. Hello, magic.
Oh.
Sometimes we get the angle, and you can tell that you've grown into a cat right before our eyes in the last few months, and sometimes you are still such a baboo. Little sick baboo. Treats for
I'm gonna
everyone.
regret this decision. I'm gonna have nut
Particularly
dust.
Bluebird.
I'm gonna have
Nut
so
dust
much
in
nut
your
dust
sleeve.
on my cleave.
I didn't say that. I said that. Peanut. I could say peanut or walnut, but just nut dust. It's not really
It's a cashew if you want to not use the word nut.
cashew dust in your cleave, which somehow suddenly is still not undirty.
He's a happy bird.
He is. He's so cute.
Aw.
That was quite the phrase to hear, Nessa. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
Oh no, Magic's got shots tomorrow. All
Oh,
of
no.
Jock's kitties got shots tomorrow. I shouldn't have said that out loud, actually. It was better in the chat because now Magic's been tipped off. So sorry, I hope tomorrow
Now
you
he
have
knows.
better luck rounding her up to get her shots. I am in the only familiar free zone in my entire place, so I'll just luxuriate in the fact that I don't have a cat up my rear end right now.
It's not quite that kind of party, but Bogey's making it that kind of party.
See, everybody's, yeah.
It's cashew dust in the cleave. It's fine.
Everybody's, they lurk off to the corner for a minute and go, nut dust, what?
What?
Boob nap, wait, what?
Nessa occasionally says inappropriate things that aren't actually inappropriate because she's just
Yeah.
talking about a bird.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
We make our
Bogey's
things
really the
rated
reason I
G.
make.
We talk about rated G things and suddenly it's still somehow PG-13. I don't know. It just happens.
It's just a comfortable position. He likes his cashews. It's fine.
I like cashews, but
You'd like him more if they were like this. Ah! What are you doing?
he got
What is
mad.
that
Don't take
for?
my cashews.
Did you hear her?
Take
Did you hear her
cashews
say
away
she
from
won't take
cat.
your cashews? She's not going to take her cashews. You're okay. Have a kiss?
I'm coming for you for your cashews. Mah. I got a big bag of unsalted pistachios for Christmas. I have no idea what to do with them.
Do you want to go back?
'Cause
I'll take
they're
them.
not great. Yeah.
Yeah, he. Oh, that's such an uncomfortable feeling.
We use it as a launching pad.
I sat up. It all went down.
Oh. Oh no.
Arch has snacks later.
Oh, it's stabbing me. I need a vacuum cleaner.
To vacuum your cleave. I mean, that might be that might be compelling television, but I don't think it actually is. So well
Don't
done.
you ring your bell like you're innocent over there, mister. This is all your fault.
I love that we can actually hear it. I love that we heard him flap away in a majestic, flappy manner, and I love that he was ringing his bell like a wee little rascal over there.
Such a jerk. I swear he does it just to
Oh,
annoy
gosh,
me.
we're
Also,
having a
I'm
good
very
time.
impressed that you can hear the bell because he's literally on the other side of the room, like all the way over
it's
there.
Sass bell, though. Sass bell.
Also,
You
I
can
just
hear that
unattached
anywhere.
my webcam
You
from
can
my
hear that
desk.
down the street.
Sorry,
Bless you,
sorry.
Felix.
We're having a hypnotic, trippy Nessa moment while she tries to rehook her
Okay.
webcam.
So meanwhile, this is an enjoyable stream, and the really odd part is that you've joined us on Sunset Watering Hole night because none of us have got rum tonight, which is strange, and I think we're all drunker than usual. Some of us usually are way drunker, but I feel drunker than I usually am. Oh,
Oh my.
mercy! What's going on here? Oh, Captain. So what did you catch? You have to tell us where you came into the conversation because
The last 10 minutes of the stream have been A+.
They've been really rated G, but not. Felix came in for boob naps, and Kadar came in for nut dust. What did you what did you hear? Just so I know what you heard.
Oh, don't forget vacuuming the cleave.
Vacuuming the cleave.
That's probably the
Just a
moment
thing
you
I have to
came
do.
in.
I vacuumed the cleave in my couch just yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
But we're all teetotalers. See? We're all drinking water.
Yep.
We're following the
So-
articles.
We're so well behaved today.
Yeah.
Water.
We got nine's watching us. We're good. But yes, this has been quite the interesting, like 20 minutes of stream.
Toki's
This
gonna
is
make
really
sure it stays
uncomfortable.
interesting, 'cause he's just over there going, "Come on, guys." Are you still full of nuts?
I'm very much still full of nuts. It's not going away till I get changed. Stop ringing your bell like a little jerk face.
At least it's not screaming at you, she says, as he probably starts screaming at you.
I swear he heard you say, I'm gonna take your
I'm
nut.
gonna take your
probably did.
cashews.
I have headphones in. That's very concerning.
Somebody who's got money, somebody gift Devlin with a tier 2 subscription so he can have his disappointed Devlin back, would you please? I can't, but I would if I could, because this is just depressing.
I mean, he
It's
could
depressing, Devlin.
just do it.
I mean,
You love us. You're our
yeah,
captain.
but will he? Will he?
No,
No.
he doesn't love us that much.
I love us that much, but I'm holding out. I want all the subscribers so we can have 6 more emojis, because right now or I need everybody to come over and hang out with us in the Discord so that I can use the emojis that are all over there, because I love the Rose watering herself. I love the Sid riding the bunny. I love Marley wearing a bandana. I love crazy cat face and all the weird Nessa stuff. So there's emojis
There's
over
only
there.
like, I think the only Nessa one is Nessa screaming and crying.
Well, you know, that's worth having.
It's literally me holding
the
a unicorn
shipwreck.
crying.
We've got Shipwreck rum bottle, which is
Oh
lovely.
yeah,
as
we have
well.
shipwreck. Yeah.
I mean, we should have that here, as we are the official, unofficial mascots of Brinley Gold
It's true.
Shipwreck rum.
It's true.
That's what I will have in here when I refill the bottle that I emptied when I did my cooking show, which I haven't yet because I've been snowed in. So, hey, Devlin, what does everyone love?
Kodara said the
I'm
stream
not gonna wait
ended,
that long,
but
you can tell us. You should tell us.
Sure didn't.
I don't know what kind of lag we have here.
Sorry, no, I was checking because Kodaro said the stream ended, but I'm still showing us live. So I'm making
Yes,
sure.
I'm here as well. I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm still
Yeah,
here.
mine looks like it's still live.
I mean,
That
Kadaro
was
also
back
said he
when
has
his
extra
Wi-Fi
rum.
glitched.
Yeah, maybe so.
That's
the-
all the
in
extra
addition-
rum.
In addition to that, it also says he has extra rum, so I'm down for that part. What exactly is that? Yeah!
No!
Yeah!
You're the worst! Devlin, I hate you.
Cat piano. Do it.
Oh, cat piano Pride Bear. Whoops. That's okay. We like Pride Bear too, but I mean,
I hear her clicking it multiple times.
Oh. I'm in the wrong place for it, though. You are also spared. Wow, that was fun.
That was aggressive.
It was a bit. You're also spared cat piano because the cat piano is elsewhere. But
Aw.
it's day joy. I presume that's day 9. I don't know anything about day 9 except that he's, special. So there's that.
I have so many channel emojis collected up right now. It's ridiculous.
Say you and Devlin both.
I was gonna say Devlin probably has a bunch because Devlin doesn't know how to close tabs. So Devlin
You'll
just
never hear
floats
the end
around
of it,
to
mate.
whoever they raid and then gets random gift stuffs.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I've
spam you a bit of.
ton of
Rock and Doc has the fancy mustache because of his fancy mustache, so that's fun.
Yeah, he just added new emotes to the thing. Although I have noticed the creator dashboard has changed up a little bit.
Don't know what that means.
Wait,
but
wait. Did you know that they have a hindsight 2020 emojis that has toilet
Yes.
paper with a bow on it?
I didn't know it had a bow. I didn't know they had
Oh, dear.
hindsight.
Yep, I have the full
Oh,
set of the, hindsight emojis.
That's pretty
Oh,
good.
boy.
Looks like Scoundrels Inn has a couple of new ones. They have their own actual logo, which I think they stole the idea from us, honestly. So we love it, pirates. But Beer Dolphin still
great.
Mhm.
great, and we definitely partially stole Rum Shark from Beer Dolphin. So like,
Did
it's
we?
a fair cop. Oh,
No,
yeah.
we didn't.
I know that we did because I had Beer Dolphin and I was spamming Beer Dolphin.
I
in our
don't
own
think
chat
I saw
before-
Beer Dolphin before we made it. We made Rum Shark because of this.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
I'm pretty sure, like, that was I made it, like, as soon as we became affiliate. I think it was before. I saw it, and then I was like, oh my god, that's great, they go together.
I would literally have to go back and check the tape to see if that's true. But anyway, very much inspired by Beer Dolphin, who I saw like my
Yes.
second night ever streaming.
Beer Dolphin's great. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
And yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I can do the.
And then we just need Jolly. Ah, that was so aggressive.
Wow.
It looked like a MySpace.
I hate you for that. I
Yeah,
lost
it is.
all train of
Is that
thought.
all your special ones? Did you just all your special ones drop?
Now all
That's
we need
a
is
small bit right now.
the Jolly Shore Leave octopus.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Crazy Kraken. I think we should raid Scoundrels in. They aren't doing anything this.
I was gonna
season.
say I don't think they're on, so we can't.
But we will, and we have, and we will yet do it
Yes.
again. But I was trying to. There we go. I'm looking for his shout out right now. So I don't
Do
know.
the thing.
There we go. That's Captain Jack Gonzo. Scoundrels in. Excellent, excellent. And looks like Rock and Doc is playing some music tonight. So
He
perhaps
is, I
in another-
saw.
in another hour, just under an hour, we'll go visit. And hang out with Rock and Doc. Who's rocking? Doc. Hey, what are you doing, Doc? Are you rocking down there?
I can't believe you're like this with just water.
Money comes from Britta.
Kat, have you ever been told you're extra?
Baby. Actually, no. Extra doesn't usually come up, but weird does.
No, I'll go with extra. I'd say you're extra.
Am I extra?
Yeah, because we're
That's
all
alright.
weird, so I
Extra's
can't
good.
call you weird on a level that I'm also not weird. So you're just extra.
So,
Uh,
I don't have to be an extra.
the alcoholic water is in fact our shipwreck coconut rum.
Yeah.
As that was what was sitting directly in front of me, as it sits between my monitors. But yes, we all decided to drink water, and I was like, wait, one of us should be drunk. So, it's me.
Yes, I want some. I need my French vanilla back, but I would definitely take some of that coconut rum right now as well. I did take home a bottle of my previous favorite coconut rum. The one everybody has.
Yeah, the classic.
which I can't think of the name of. Malibu.
Malibu. I don't think I could sip Malibu. Like this is straight coconut rum that I'm just sipping, and it's quite
I wouldn't
delicious.
sip the Malibu.
Yeah, that
Malibu
you
is
can.
for mixing, and sipping is shipwreck is for sipping. But for certain, I purloined it from my mom's house, and she was like, "Well, you should leave it here. You can drink it when you're here." And I was like, "I'll drink it when I'm."
I'll drink it multiple times over.
I'll drink it with a rum shark on it, which is currently where the rum shark that Nessa got me for the holidays.
Yes.
He's on my bottle of Malibu right now, waiting for me to come back and have some someday.
I'm still on the hunt for the Santa Teresa rum. I've gone to 3 liquor stores without luck, so
That's
hopefully
right.
we'll have the comparison.
Last week we were snowed out. You were literally snowed off.
Yeah, I
the
was
back
literally
back.
not even home.
We did not have sunset ramen last week, but we were supposed to have the follow-up
Yes.
to the fancy old rum that you found in your grandma's basement. So
That was so loud, Mercy.
I'm so sorry. Right. I didn't
I just
realize
love
it
it.
was gonna do
Kat and
that.
I both stopped and made the exact same face. Like,
I didn't know it was gonna do that. I was just trying to drink my water. I also forgot I had
Anyway.
headphones in, so it's more.
anyway, I don't know. I assume this is a tradition everywhere, but when there's a snowstorm, the liquor store gets completely emptied out. And as I went on Sunday to go look for this rum for Monday, the day before the snowstorm, they were completely sold out of everything, basically. So I did not try. And I tried another one, but it was a smaller one, and they didn't have it. So I'm going to my Roger Wilco, which has, like, everything. I will try to find it for next week.
get that comparison rum for you. Yeah. Meaning that you'll get it for yourself and then you'll share it.
And then I'll tell you how it is. And potentially throw the cheap bottle out, depending on how it tastes. I have, oh god, what is it? Appleton? Is that a brand of rum?
It sounds familiar. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is it rum?
Yeah.
Apple
I
cider?
hate it.
That's what we keep in the trailer. Ourselves.
I hate it. It's... I don't suggest it. It tastes like...
It's rough.
It's rough. It's rough, and it tastes like... Okay, so... This might be a little gross, just a little warning. You know when you get acid reflux and it starts coming back up? That's what this rum tastes like to me.
Oh, God.
That's a pretty
horrifying.
accurate description.
Thank you, Doc. I'm glad it's not just me. Because Austin,
Wow.
Birch was like, no, it can't be that bad. I'm like, no, Birch, it's that bad. Like, if I don't have, like, grenadine and mostly pineapple in it, like, I can't do it. Like, it's so bad.
So far, from those who have had some, which also appears to be Devlin and
Devlin.
Lolly,
I was trying to think of a better way to describe it, but I really couldn't.
Hold out for the good stuff. Wait for the pirates to bring it to you if you must. But
We
don't,
have a
apparently
whole
don't
handle of it. Like, he
Shame on
didn't
you.
buy a small bottle. He bought a whole handle of it. So, you
Oh,
know,
dear.
when people I don't like come over, I'll give it to them.
There you go.
Oh no! You've got to be able to get someone in that liquor store to let you try the bacon vodka. That
They'll
has to be a
probably...
try
They
before you
have
buy
to do...
situation.
Yeah, they have to do, like, weird tastings or whatever. Because I know, like, a lot of liquor stores around me do, like, weird thing of the month. Which is, like,
Right.
actually, I think, what
feel you
Wine
on
Cellar
that.
calls it.
That is not a gamble I would be willing to make, but I
Mm-mm.
also have a desperate need to try it.
Oh, well,
It must
Lolly
go
says it wasn't
in
that good.
something. But it must go in something.
It's to go with your
Bloody
bacon
Mary.
s'mores.
Bloody Mary.
Yeah, Bloody Mary.
What?
I feel like Bloody Mary is the only place it would have.
Yeah, we've tried bacon
Didn't
flavored
hear some more.
liquors before, and it's typically smoky.
Yeah.
It's got a very strong smoke flavor. So
Fruit Loops
Fruit
vodka,
Loops
I have,
vodka.
and it's terrible.
Mm.
It has such
No,
an...
not Fruit Loops.
I know, that's like... Do you know, like, the stale flavor that you get from Fruit Loops? Where it's, like, really bready? It kind of has that flavor. I tried it in college. You know what's really good, though? Peanut butter whiskey.
Sounds good. Hey, you know, I think I still have some from Bones from her holiday gifts last year.
Oh, yeah. We had it the first time up in Olcott, actually. We had a lovely little Airbnb attached to a bar where it was kind of like the rule that you had to go to the bar every night, which, you know, is fine. So we had pickled garlic and
Ooh.
peanut butter whiskey, and it was very good.
Hmm.
It's very thick, very rich, but it's very good. I feel like it'd be really good, like, in a, like, with, like, a raspberry, like, vodka, maybe, like a PB&J kind of thing. I don't know what face you're making. What face are you making to Car?
I'm just catching up. The pickled garlic was not a whiskey flavor. That was
No.
pickled
It
garlic
was
to the
just
peanut
pickled
butter
garlic,
vodka.
and I had never heard of pickled garlic, and I was like, this is weird, and we tried it, and it was good.
That's weird, but peanut butter whiskey is not?
Also weird, but also good. I did not claim that it was normal. I'm just acknowledging those are the two. I like to try weird things on trips, and those are the two weird things I tried in Olcott.
Okay. All right. You should try pickled garlic scapes. That's better than getting the cloves too. Yeah.
Scapes?
The part that first comes out of the
Oh,
garlic.
the growy part?
Yeah, before it goes to seed.
The growy part. Very
The
descriptive.
yes, the
Growing
growing
part.
the growing part of the plant as opposed to the rest of the plant.
Cat looks very defeated. Did you not find what you were looking for?
I didn't. I think I left it somewhere.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
dear.
I think I left it at the place I used to live. I have one little
Aw.
bottle that Devlin brought here that I won't drink without him because he brought it here to try and we didn't try it, so I'm not drinking it without him. And I have one wee little bottle of Catamount vodka from Vermont. So,
Peanut butter caramel flavored cigar.
rhubarb.
Or cider. Sorry, I read that as cigar. I don't know why, but I read it as
Ew.
cigar, and I'm like, that's a jump, but okay, I'll follow.
Do you remember whose cider that was? Because cider is my all-time favorite thing to drink that isn't rum. And I need to try that because peanut butter and caramel are two of my very favorite flavors in the world. And I love caramel. I mean, and I love cider.
So 2 weeks ago, and I thought about this because I saw Devlin's comment, which for some reason made me think of it. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we talked about the Jameson barrel aged ones with like the stout and the porter. I had the Jameson stout yesterday. My mother-in-law had it, and oh my goodness, it was delicious. It was very, very pleasant. And if I wasn't drinking a 1960s, 70s scotch, probably would have kept drinking that.
Did I miss something?
Huh?
I thought somebody sneezed. That's all.
Vineyard at Hershey. Oh, I've had some of their stuff. We went there, my mother's bachelorette party, actually. We went to different cideries and vineyards down in Hershey.
Ah.
Start making plans for a holiday cider for Dickens.
Oh, I opened your mead.
Because, you know, Dickens cider.
My dad named his ducks that. His one duck's
I remember.
his male duck's name is Dickens, and his female duck's name is Cider. But she's an Appleton, so it makes more sense that her name is Cider, and he's a jerk, so his name is Dickens.
All of the things that both of you just said make me need to slap you. In the best of ways.
It was my dad, not me.
Yep.
It was. I
Why
wanted to
did I
name.
enjoy this cider so much.
Presidential peanut butter, the decider. Peanut butter cider. Huzzah, Honeycrisp. All right, well,
Ooh, that
now I
sounds
need
good.
some. I need it. Shush.
I hear her. She is not happy. Guessing you closed the door on her.
He's not allowed in here. This is
I
where
see.
the bear lives.
I hope you guys can hear it too. I just hear meow, meow.
Angry.
Just give her some drugs.
Well, then she'll just be louder and angry.
We accidentally taught Pistol a new trick, and I'm very excited but disappointed in myself for it.
Oh.
We taught her drugs.
Oh dear.
My puppy has joint problems and anxiety, so we have CBD, either oil for her or treats. And when she comes in and I'm like, do you want some drugs, Pistol? And now she runs over to me when I say that, and she sits so that she can pick which drugs she wants. And I love myself, but also hate myself that my dog now understands what drugs are. Because she does.
That's-
Because if she hurts a lot, she'll take the oil, and if she doesn't hurt that bad, she'll take the treats. So she is very aware what drugs means. And I don't know if I'm proud of myself or not.
Smarty
I mean,
pants.
good
Cane
thing.
management is important, whether you're canine
Yeah.
or human.
She's,
So there's
she's a
that.
nut.
Some dogs make a whole career out of that.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about it that
yeah,
way.
that's the wrong side of the spectrum, though, Dakar.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
You gotta have good dogs and bad dogs. My dog's just decided to go the other way, and she's not sniffing for drugs, she's taking drugs.
They don't do the cocaine. They just like to smell it.
I feel like I need that D cider. I need it. I am looking at it and I need it. And here's the. It doesn't indicate in any fashion how I can possibly get it.
Well,
But
if it's
there's-
from Hershey, they might have it in, like, places near
Hershey?
you.
Do
Well,
I-
yes,
do
but,
I have
like-
to go there.
Well, hey,
Wow,
if
that-
you're gonna go to Hershey, there's another little, small little brewing spot that you could really get stocked up on.
Your place.
I mean, I've
It's
got
true
a
though.
full of booze.
Bone still has my wine.
Oh gosh.
Still?
Yes.
Still.
I don't know where it is. I imagine maybe she drank it, but we'll have to talk about that because she now needs to buy another one for me or something because it was real good and I'm not gonna let it go forever. So Bone's like,
You're just making
Was
sure
it the
it
green apple?
ages properly for you.
the green apple wine is very good indeed.
I opened the
I-
mead, and it was good.
All right, well,
You did good.
when I
have
do
a
make it
couple
out that way,
Extra bottle.
say again, Doc, your sound is a bit in and out.
Is it? I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
said
He was
if it's
talked
the
over.
green apple, I have a couple of extra bottles.
There you go.
Empty.
Is it out?
I don't think he would offer you empty bottles. He's not
Yeah.
that mean.
I did. I just wanted to know if he wanted them
No.
back. And now they're in the props. They're in the props bin. So I think they'll be of use there. Meanwhile, how many of you have had Viking blood mead?
Yes.
I have not.
It's very strong flavored.
very
It's
strong.
very, very spicy.
Um,
Oh no.
did you
then.
buy it in
Yeah.
PA?
I may have had it brought to.
Okay,
my
because I was
abode.
gonna say I don't think you can buy it in PA. I think you can only
Well-
really buy it in New Jersey.
Well, I know exactly the right person to answer that. He was here and might yet still be. Captain, where did you bring the Viking blood from?
At
any
least
rate,
that's how it used to be. Because I used to look for it in Pennsylvania, and they're like, "Nah, they don't sell it in the state. You gotta go to Jersey." So I would go to Jersey.
At any rate, I have an empty bottle. It is basically a ceramic
Yeah.
bottle with a
They're really
beautiful cork. So now the next thing that needs to be done is that the label needs to go, and then that's a good bottle for us. We have lots of labeled bottles, but we need some real looking ones, and those are very nice.
They have other things too. It's not
They have
just
other
Viking
things.
blood. I know
No,
that wasn't
I,
just
I
Viking.
do know that.
They have a honey. They have a honey wine that's not a mead. They have a ginger mead. I think they have an apple one as well, and that one actually I think might be in a green bottle. So I feel like that one's the one that Kat needs.
Yeah, maybe so. But the Viking blood has the nicest actual ceramic bottle. Worth keeping every time. Odin's blood is the newest flavor, and yes, from Pennsylvania.
Nice.
So it is now available in some places. In places. Fetch you some blood.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's actually.
To get my stuff.
I think it's from actually like abroad because it just asked me if I was over 18 when I went to their site. So
Many sites that sell wine and alcohol still do that. So.
No, but
Right.
18, not 21.
Oh, true enough. Then. It also
Oh.
appears to be from Denmark. So.
But yes, they have
That
quite
would
a
make sense.
quite many. They're quite good.
Those also look real different than the one I have. So perhaps that is a local Danish meadery. But
Well, this is like the brand. Like when I looked it up it's like the same thing. But yeah, I guess they have a New Jersey one. Who am I kidding? I don't leave the apartment. I feel that.
Yeah, I feel that.
I couldn't write my at because I was. There we go.
Unless it's
Well,
to the woods.
Anyway, that was some chat about bottles, just for you.
But they are very nice.
Also, that mead is
and
the
it's good.
spiciest mead I've ever
Very spicy.
tasted, I think.
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh, it's spicy. It's got
Yeah.
some fancy. Nope, ain't gonna have my word again. I was gonna say it's spicy. It's got some fancy spices in it.
It definitely has like a lot of juniper berries in it. Like that's one of the main flavors I get from it.
I don't recall that. I recall tasting like Devlin's tea. It's a bit of
Yeah, it also has like a lot of
cloves
like
and
spicy spices.
clovey cloves and stuff. Yeah.
But it's very good. 10 out of
Well,
10.
that juniper cider from Vermont was the most junipery thing I had outside of G&T in a long time. So
I like juniper. Don't like gin.
yeah, that's odd. That's all it is.
I
I
know.
don't like either.
I
No,
cook
don't
with
care
juniper
for it.
all the time.
I think it tastes like a Christmas tree, which I don't
Yeah.
want in my mouth. I want it in my room, but not in my mouth. You know?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, a lot of the World of Warcraft cookbook recipes, the Lord of the Ring recipes, and the Dungeons and Dragons ones all call
Juniper.
for like juniper berry. Yeah. Which I did not think was a thing you could like buy at a normal Wegmans, but you can. Well, because like I was going through everything I've seen in spice aisles, and
They have
they're
everything.
not in the spice aisle. They're in like completely different locations.
Odin's
love Wegmans.
Skull. Well, that makes sense. It's a bit different. So it's not Odin's blood. It's Odin's skull.
That sounds
Honey
really
wine
good.
with sour apple juice, hops, and cinnamon. Now, I tend to stay away from hops because I'm partially certain that that's what poisons me into headaches. However, with a wee bit of hops, I mean, I like beer, so I mean, I would have to try that one. That one sounds really yummy. I like apples. I like
Maybe
to
I'll
drink
see. Maybe I'll venture when I venture to Roger Wilco tomorrow to try to find my rum. I will pick up some fun bottles.
apples. See what you can get. Right.
Because literally, Roger Wilco's awesome. They have everything.
They have everything.
It's kind of weird, like, but this place is massive. Like, trying to think of a store that's always big. Walmart. It's like the size of a Walmart.
Wow.
Hey, I recognize that pattern.
Yeah, this is your side, right?
Yes.
That's my side.
Yeah.
So, totally switching subjects because I noticed where I was again. For those of you who were at my crafting with the crew show the other Saturday, I have enough pieces to make one side of the Westgate that matches Nessa's, which is what she expected me to make.
How do you only have enough for one side?
She only had enough for one side, and no lining, and I think maybe the lining for the blue was what was meant to go in there.
Yes.
But I also think maybe this was what was made to go with this blue all along. But this is the one I've made. It's nearly done. As I said, I owe actual photographs when it's completed, but I have to stitch up these ruddy shoulder bits.
And we need a better pattern in the future.
Yes, I'm gonna see what I can do about drafting a new pattern out of the other pieces that I have. That's my goal. So, as you look down here, now I have to remember what it's called again. I think piratical goods, the button down here. That gets you to the Captain's Share, which is our Etsy shop, which is where we put the things that we've crafted and made and our
Maybe the Westgates will end up
Put it out
there.
there.
Is
Billy the Hedgehog, which I think if you say it British just as Billy the Hedgehog, would
Yeah.
like to know what you do. What do you do? What do you with a drunken sailor?
Are you okay there?
No one have an answer? I have answers to this question.
Go ahead, Kat.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Put her in the brig right next to McKenna. Put her in the brig right next to McKenna. Put her in the brig right next to McKenna. Please do bring her rum, though.
Are you proud of yourself?
TikToks don't go live. Make sure her TikToks don't go live. Make sure her TikToks don't go live early in the morning.
That's what the
You'd be
drafts
sad
are
because
for.
they're naughty. You'd be sad because they're naughty. You'd be sad because they're naughty. Late night in the evening. It is true. TikTok did not remove my one and potentially only, and not first, which I think I said in the description, thirst trap. I have one. Yep. I did a trend. I pulled out a trend on TikTok. Mercy did it first. She taught me how to do it.
I did do it.
It was really nice when she did it. I was trying to make a joke, but I didn't know how to do two sounds in one video. And so I made a fairly legitimate thirst trap.
Ridiculous.
Just saying.
Yours was a little more thirst trappy than mine.
But anyhow, that's what I do with the drunken sailor. I would sit next to them in the brig and wait for rum, apparently.
And then she makes TikToks.
So saith Chappie.
Well,
Well, we know that's what Mercy
I'm
does.
glad you guys made the first traps before I had to.
Anyway,
You have, excuse me, sir, you have a whole photo shoot out there on Facebook.
Yeah.
And are part of a
do?
calendar.
Oh, that.
So if you want to
that was
talk
Santa
about
Claus.
this,
That was not me.
if you want to talk about
Oh,
this,
we
you were
didn't
first.
talk about Santa.
has popped in here. Billy the Hedgehog has popped in here and outed us all for the naughty pirates that we are.
I'm
Just
perfectly
by
innocent.
asking.
Yeah.
I'm
what's this
perfectly
about?
innocent.
Boob nuts?
I don't think anybody's seen
Y'all
that
twist
comment.
my words about nut dust in my boobs and boob naps. All of it was very innocent, and my bird just
Rated
wanted a
G
snack.
until it was out of context. I mean, I suppose the word boob is never really rated G.
It's fine.
Boob is never out of context.
It's just a. It's just
Is it? Wait, now I need to look up the... What?
Nessa's gonna
Is-
find out if we're rated G. Well, technically we're rated PG-13-ish, so it should be fine. I mean, boob is relatively
Oh yeah, boobs
Incontrovertly.
fully like acceptable for us. I just want to know where like
innocent. I didn't say
It
innocent,
offends
I
me.
said naughty. I said we are naughty and have now been outed as such because Billy the Hedgehog came in here and did the thing.
I am innocent, Captain, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
That's not fair. We don't have to convince
Oh.
you that you're innocent or guilty. We just know you're naughty as hell, just like the rest of us.
I mean, we are pirates, so.
I mean, even Bogey's naughty because Bogey's got the birch shimmy, on the perch.
Felix
That's
says,
true.
That's as pure as the driven snow. Yeah.
After it's been driven on.
Felix, I literally was
Wow.
talking about how much I liked you like a week or so ago, and like maybe it was Friday and you weren't even here, and I was saying, yeah, I really like Felix, like very confident
That
in
is true.
me, like, and rude.
Standing up for you. I don't. You're reading sarcasm into a comment without any sarcasm at all.
I mean, if she's feeling defensive, then
I'm really struggling to find out if you can say the word boob in a G-rated.
Felix was standing up for you.
Oh,
Just
okay.
always say blue-footed first.
How,
Yeah, blue-footed
Definitely would
booby.
like to know how Twitch feels about nut dust and boob dance. It's not boob dance.
We could be a lot worse. Trust me, we're fine.
Yeah.
Boob naps. See, I told
Boob
Felix
naps. There was
being
no boob
legit.
dance. There was no boob dance. We did not make him dance on my boobs. He just took. We were talking about the nap.
Did it. He just did the thing. We didn't.
He
ask
did not
it, nor
dance.
did we name it. He just
He did
flapped.
flap everywhere though.
He flapped. That caused the nut dust in the cleave. It's a shame that I'm out of water because I have nothing left to shut me up.
I mean, and comparable to Friday night sometimes on the card games, boob nap is
We're fine. Boob,
nothing.
boob. Nope. That won't do it. I don't have anything to shut me up. Oh! Squishy dice!
Do 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 do.
Not guilty.
Damn it. I gotta leave that one alone.
You do. Oh, hey!
That
What do I
was,
have? Cards.
it was too easy.
The dice. I got this from Pirate Bowling. I went to the arcade with Rose. Ah! So anyway, ahoy! Yuki Dog Zombie!
Boy.
Welcome! I'm playing with my big dice that I won Pirate Bowling. Sort of. I didn't win it from bowling, I just won it from being there and playing games and all. So what are you up to this evening? Are you having a glass of water? Usually we ask people if we are having a drink of rum, but
Drink of
tonight
rum.
it got weird. Thank you!
Oh, thanks.
Thank
We
you.
try.
We look fabulous, in fact. Yes, indeed. Priding ourselves in our piratical fashion. Ahoy. But welcome in.
Look good.
Sunset Rummin normally. But tonight we're just chatting about all kinds of random things and trying to stay on this side of PG-13-ish.
I mean, we're fine with PG-13, but I did not find out if you can say the word boob in a G-rated movie.
You know, all right. Now I have another question for you.
Oh no,
I'm painting and drinking milk. I like that.
that's a solid
I
note.
came here
That's
to
solid,
paint
yeah.
and drink some milk, and I'm not yet out of milk, so I'm painting and drinking. I like it. Anyway, my question was, as I sidetrack everything,
She does.
what was? Do you remember the first G-rated film where there was a swear, or the first movie you saw a swear in?
The first
mine-
movie I saw a swear in.
Was not a rated G, maybe, but mine was a rated G movie with the word damn in it. Is The
Oh.
Secret of Nim,
Mm.
and Justin the rat goes and poisons the cat bowl and doesn't get out of there squeaky clean and just goes out and he's damn, and I was, whoa, ooh, he said naughty word. It was a
King
G-rated
Willard.
film because the 80s were a different time. The 1680s were a way different time than the 1720s.
Nim goes dark anyway.
Very.
Yeah.
I mean, Don Bluth went dark. I
super
love Don
dark.
Bluth because
Yeah.
it was always dark, and that's what gave me some of my very nice cartoon style darkness.
I mean,
I can't say I'm super dark, but
it's got death, murder, and backstabbing, treachery. So yeah.
All Dogs Go to Heaven was one of my favorite
Oh.
films. It was a messed up movie.
I
really
love that
enjoyed it.
movie. Mine was
All Dogs
Goonies.
Go to Heaven. Oh, it was so good. Yeah.
Goonies is the
I like.
first
was
movie I
Willow.
remember really seeing and being like, there was a lot in that
is
movie
an
though.
Interesting. So Felix
Willow
said he
was
just
fine.
watched a supercut today of all of the F-bombs dropped in PG-13 movies since they've been allowed to have one, and here we are. So,
I was gonna say,
Felix,
I think
Goonies too.
Goonies is
Woohoo!
PG, right?
I think so.
And I'm pretty sure it has the word shit in it.
Is
I
that
don't think
Does-
was that actually did that come out before the PG-13 rating was instituted? Because they put that in because they couldn't figure out where to put things between.
maybe?
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Does anyone remember the movie The Wizard?
No.
It was about, well, I think, was it Fred Savage? Anyway, it was the one where it was Super Mario 3, and it was a huge deal, and they were taking the kid across the country to play in the video game tournament. Anyway, the girl who now sings the lead for Rilo Kiley was in that movie, and she does a scene where she's got to make a ruckus, and so she walks into this place and she yells, "He touched my boob!" And so I thought maybe if that was a rated G film.
Wait,
maybe
yeah,
it
that'll
had the
help.
word
Hold on.
boob in it.
That'll help.
She said
I was trying to
boob.
think. of like a child
If she
show
says
that.
breast, then it doesn't work.
Goonies
By
came out just about a
1984.
year, not even a year after they started that rating, so it probably wasn't eligible for that rating.
I'm sorry, 1684. July 1684.
I see
PG-13
mixed
was that.
reviews on here of The Wizard being PG or PG-13, so I guess now it would fall into PG-13.
But I was wrong as well. We were trying to figure out specifically if you could say boob in a G-rated film.
Yeah, breast I think you can say.
What's happened to our stream today?
I don't know.
Well,
We're never drinking water again on Sunset Rummin.
oh wait, hold on.
Again.
I have a recent one that talks about it. And they like
No more of this
edited
sober
it
craziness.
they edited it on Netflix actually. If you watch with subtitles, they changed some of the words from the original because I remember some of the words from the original and they don't rhyme when they're trying to rhyme anymore. Total Drama
Oh.
Island.
That's interesting. I mean, when it's supposed to rhyme, it's a dead giveaway. I would personally not trust my own memory. I'd be like, oh, I thought it was this, but I guess it was that.
Well, I had
You
so
know.
the subtitles were the original and the
Yeah,
voiceover
interesting.
was different. So I'm wondering if they like took it from somewhere else. All right, now I need to find out what this. Oh, I has food getting delivered. Thanks.
Is Birch there?
Birch is here.
Hello.
Thanks.
Oh, I don't have enough
Hi,
points for
Birch.
Goonies.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Birch,
All right, so Total Drama Island was rated PG, and it did in fact have the word boobs in it, multiple times.
There you go then.
So you
Oh, he's a
can
PG,
say,
PG.
yeah, in PG you can say boobs, and I think
G,
that's as close as we're gonna
G,
get.
no.
I don't remember any G movies or shows I watched as a kid other than like
Yeah, I don't.
Sesame
I
Street,
remember
which definitely
specifically-
didn't say boobs.
And now I think Damn snuck in there because into Secret of Nim's G rating because it was 1982 and 84 was when we had PG-13. Anyway, Yuki's here saying I think Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was the first movie I watched that had bad words in it.
I think that one's
I-
also PG.
I don't know. That's one for you to check out. But I now looking back don't recall any bad words in it because I maybe haven't watched it more recently. Which is shocking because it's on all day every day on the
Yeah, so it looks like Chamber of Secrets, Philosopher or Sorcerer's Stone, and Prisoner of Azkaban were PG. Goblet of Fire was PG-13.
when they grow up, you got to
Well,
grow
no,
into
because
creating-
hold on, I don't remember the order of things. Okay, yeah, I guess Prisoner of Azkaban was before.
Well, it got darker and more as it went.
Hidaro's
We've
rewriting
gone down
Sesame
quite a
Street
hole.
boobs. Hidaro's rewriting Sesame Street boobs, and I
Oh
can't.
no.
It doesn't have a good ring to it. You can read it, but I usually sing anything. I'm not singing that.
No. No.
Oh boy, goodness gracious, that's
You need to add
striking.
the extra syllables into booby.
booby boobity.
Tell me how to
Boobity,
get,
boobity,
how to
boo.
get to Booby Street.
Oh no.
Boobily boobily boo boobily boo. That was zoobly zoo.
No, next
I
thing you know,
will-
because then Michael Bublé is going to be after us for it.
Inuyasha also not made for kids, but yeah. That's fair. That's a fair cop. That's when you know though when you're like, oh, I'm not supposed to be watching this.
Have any of you guys ever heard of
I
Happy
love
Tree
it.
Friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
My mom had no idea that Happy Tree Friends wasn't actually for kids.
Oh no.
And I watched like a solid like 5 episodes. She set me up and she walked out and she came back with dinner and it was like I think the bunny was getting decapitated with a chainsaw.
That sounds
That's
about
what my
right.
mom came back to. And then she told my dad and my dad starts losing it. He's like, "It was next to my anime collection. Why did you think this was acceptable for her?"
I'm not
Sometimes.
even adult enough to see that.
Why would she think your dad had anything acceptable for you?
Well, because he had like Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, but like, oh, I loved Happy Tree Friends, and what was the Angry Bunny's name? That was in Hot
Oh.
I
Topic
don't
all the
remember any
time.
other names. I just remember how
I know
horrid
what
No,
you
no, no,
meant,
no,
the
no.
angry-
Happy.
Yeah,
It's a
no, I
different.
know.
No, Hello Kitty is a thing, like a
No,
like
I know
a
what you
thing.
mean. But I don't remember who he was.
Emo Bunny, that will work.
Well, see, and then I'm going back to the chat. Yuki watched the Inuyasha because all the magic and cool powers, and you don't really think about it not being for you when it's something that you're intrigued by, you know. So you're just like, this is fun and great, and then maybe you get a hint when it gets a little more adult than you maybe were at the time you started watching it. You go, oh, this is
Yeah, you gotta be careful because then next thing you know, you're falling down an anime hole, and then you see, what flies in anime.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What flies in normal anime before you get to the naughty stuff that is made to be naughty.
True.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure I saw
and
Pretty
then you
Woman
start
at
getting
5,
some nighttime anime.
maybe 6.
Happy Tree Friends the name does sound like a lie.
Yes.
It's made to be very ironic. So
And the bunny's name is
it
Happy
sounds like a
Bunny,
lie.
but it's not the bunny that's associated
Not
with
a
Happy
happy
Tree
bunny.
Friends. And his name's Happy Bunny. He's not Happy Bunny. He's a very mad bunny.
Very
Mhm.
mad one. Oh, mates, I think I blew a gut laughing.
This has me going though, because like I'm trying to think. Did you guys ever have those movies that like your parents were watching and they totally thought you were in bed and you like snuck in to watch?
Yes. Or my daycare provider let us watch Pretty Woman when we were like 5, and my mom was very upset.
I never did. I never wanted to watch any movies I wasn't supposed to. I watched only animated films until I was 13. I missed a real good portion of the films that came out when I was a youngster because I didn't care for them. I wanted to watch nothing but cartoons.
No, I like sleep too
however,
much as a
What
kid.
year did Gladiator come out? Because I saw that in theater.
That's concerning.
Not for me.
My
I
dad
was
took
well
me.
old enough to watch that.
You
I
were
didn't wanna hear
7!
the
Yes, I could have driven to the theater to see Gladiator. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Well, I was 7.
He was 7.
Oh.
I was 5.
Oh.
tell you,
Fifth grade,
one of-
my
That
dad
gallery
showed
makes
me
us
Animal
feel old.
House.
Thanks.
We would get
He's
to
not
watch
even
the
on
R-rated
screen.
movies at the drive-in when we were supposed to be sitting through the second movie in the back, but not.
I've been to the drive-in with you, haven't I? Out and say, never mind. Not like in that way, but like we went to the drive-in together, didn't we? Back in our younger days.
In
I
our
think
youth.
So, yeah.
I mean, I saw a number of films out there. That one particular St. Albans.
Were you there
theater.
the
I
night?
saw Austin Powers.
Were you there the evening that we created the world's largest pixie stick?
I might have been because I recall that either that or I heard many
You might
stories.
have heard the story.
But I feel like I might have been there because I feel like maybe. Anyhow,
I mean,
yeah.
on the topic of movies, for those of us that are on both ends of the spectrum of the young and old, all the
Man.
younger kids will actually get a chance to see a Matrix movie in theaters.
Yeah.
How we used to back in the 90s.
That was the first DVD I ever purchased.
You know, it may have been mine
I
too.
didn't even realize that Matrix was that old.
Yeah.
I think the first the
did.
first one was 99. I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that makes
watched The
sense.
Matrix so many times when I was a kid. I loved The Matrix.
So
I
you
would
watched
watch it.
yesterday?
Classic
I mean, we
film.
did. We watched it like I think a few months ago actually.
Birch, hey
No,
Birch,
it was
you're
at
in the
least a year
Matrix
ago.
right now.
At least.
He's in the Matrix.
He puts it in and thinks, "Wow, something this old isn't in black and white. It's amazing."
All right, no, that really threw me off as a kid. My mom and my grandfather collected like old school like I Love Lucy stuff and like Lucille Ball stuff, and some of it was in black and white. And for a while, I didn't realize that things weren't in black and white. And then my
Well, the
grandmother
world
had a
was
black and white TV until like 2004.
Wow.
I was like,
Even working anymore.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore. I'm gonna tell you the nerdiest thing that I ever snuck down to watch when my parents were watching, because we used to have a staircase that came down and went around a corner, and there was like shelves that you could see through on the landing. Okay. So we would sneak down the first part of the stairs and watch Doogie Howser. And we always knew it was on because it had that very iconic theme song, and it would be loud all the time because anyway, we would sneak down and watch Doogie Howser while my mom was watching it well after our bedtime. Well, and
the movies your
you just-
parent watched
I also
before.
thought the movies that his parents or his or her parents watched. Sorry, I didn't ask. Watched looked too boring. and anime forever. I had a similar problem when I was 10. My dad thought that I should see A Hard Day's Night because I loved the Beatles, but I'd never seen any of their films. And so he
I
played me
loved
Hard
it.
Day's Night, and I wanted nothing to do with it because it's entirely in black and white. It's now I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's hilarious. But when I was 10, it didn't hold my interest for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he followed up with Yellow Submarine, which is
Better.
weirdest thing I'd ever seen, and I loved it. I wore out the tape of the VHS copy.
Oh my gosh.
I wore it out. I rented it every time we went there. My parents had to bribe me to get other things because I was obsessed with Yellow Submarine. So thanks, Dad, for that. It didn't work with the black and white film until I was much older and way more obsessed with the Beatles. But when I was 10, Yellow Submarine did it for me, and it's still a massive favorite. It's so bizarre.
When I was 10, I had a newspaper cutout picture of Paul McCartney taped to my wall next to my bed. I had a problem. He was way too old at that point, but you know.
My mom got me accidentally into horror movies. She was watching The Ring one night when I was like 4, I think. Actually, I have to look up when The Ring came out to make this story completely accurate. I think I was like 4.
Oh.
Ring!
You were up for The Ring?
Also could have driven to see that in the theater.
I think I was in high school.
No, I don't want Rings. I want Ring, like the original. Okay.
The Ring. Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. I was like 7. So 7. And I like snuck out of my room to like watch this movie from like the doorway into my living room that my mom was watching, and I almost made it through the entire movie without her realizing I was there. And then
run away. I'd have been like, "Oh no, it's a horror movie. Bye."
No, and then I watched the original 13 Ghosts like the next day with my dad.
The original.
That was a good one.
Yeah, like where you were supposed to have the glasses and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great film.
I love that one.
Yep.
We used to sneak and watch. My friend's mom had all like the B grade horror movies. We used to sneak and watch those. And apparently I used to terrorize children at daycare about Freddy Krueger, but I don't believe that because I don't remember it.
Yeah, okay, that sounds about, yeah. Because the 13 Ghosts remake came out in 2001, and I think I watched that, and then watched the original and watched the new one. So scared of the new one. Didn't care about the original.
Oh, maybe I didn't see the original. I didn't know there was.
That could have been a really good remake, but it was butchered in editing.
Yeah, the editing, like, I watched it again, like, as an adult. It was terrible. But, like, the black and white with the 3D glasses was just so good for the original.
Yeah, they cut out way too much of the backstory of the ghosts and the whole concept in the remake. But, yeah.
You guys get to go watch all that stuff, and Yuki and I are going to go off and watch Lord of the Rings and some anime and have the best time ever.
We just did a...
You could use a pirate friend to watch good, fun things with, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
We just did a Lord of the Rings like marathon not that long ago.
You've been cooking. Yay, Doc! I just want to see the thingy. Let's see it go. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, we have a Lord of the Rings cookbook that's pretty great. I enjoy it. It's a good time.
I also read all the books. Right?
Yeah,
I also like Lord of the Rings.
Got to get you on the Cooking with the Crew, both of you, all of you, some of you, do some of the fun recipes from there, because I've been very curious. But since I don't cook, I really don't. I don't own any cookbooks, so...
I only own nerd ones, and like I have my personal cookbook that's like all my recipes, but like it's only nerd ones. I have 2 World of Warcraft ones, we have a Dungeons and Dragons one, and a Lord of the Rings one. I will have a 3rd World of Warcraft one come May.
I need you to make me Hobbit food.
I can make you Hobbit
food. I want lembas bread.
Yuki, you should come back. We do an occasional Saturday night feature called Cooking with the Crew. 7 to 9 p.m. Whenever we get a chance to do it. We have Cooking with the Crew. Next week we're doing a Crafting with the Crew, but you should definitely pop in when you notice we're going to do cooking. You should drop us a follow and come back and hang out with us. And we'll do pirates and cooking and not horror films.
Why not both?
And Felix thinks
we'll do horror films, we just won't tell Kat. It'll be like when we're chasing her in Murder Trivia Party.
No, don't love that. Friday night game night is so good, and I tend to do very well at the trivia game, and it always comes back to nearly literally bite me in the rear end because I get chased by the people.
It's my
who are
favorite
dead.
part of game night.
Good thing that's a really fun game. But yes, Yuki, come back and do pirate cooking stream with us. Come on and get an idea of how weird we are in the kitchen, because we're pretty weird all the time.
need
Can
to
I
pull
help
out
you?
My lobscouse.
No
and
dog,
spotted
no
dog.
zombie. All right, fair enough. Zombie also just maybe means you don't sleep, because sometimes. Yay! Thanks for the
You
follow.
need to pull out what the
Welcome
car?
to the crew, mate. Sorry, what, Mercy?
Oh, the car said something about pulling something out, cooking. I assume.
We need to
That
pull out
sounds
my
good.
lobscouse and spotted dog cookbook and do some proper naval recipes.
Hurry, please.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Devlin and I were looking up. I wanted to do a dessert because I'm fond of baking. I'm better at it than I am cooking. And so we were looking up some colonial and, some timely recipes, and they all sounded terrible.
Oh, they're good. Good.
I was like,
boiled
I need to
soup.
make a pie. I'll make a pie from scratch someday, and that will be as good as I need to do the thing. But I
Okay,
made an
yeah.
apple crisp
Well,
last time, so
Yeah,
yay.
bake a savory dish. Like, do like a cobbler.
There's
I-
a long-haired
Yuki, that's-
birch and a
And a pistol, the one-eyed wonder dog.
The light is glaring
Yes.
off of her.
Yeah, I know. Like, I had to turn it up so much because she disappears otherwise. Like, if my exposure's not turned up.
Oh, just kicking
Stop
the
beating your
crap
dad
out
up. Do you want a treat?
of her. Oh, well, that's clear.
Who are you
Aw,
asking,
pistol.
Pistol or Birch?
Yes.
Pistol.
One for Birch
Obviously.
as well.
Birch has cookies
Birch-
downstairs.
I think
The
Birch
dog
would
treat.
rather a haircut than a treat.
Paw?
Yeah,
One of
so-
them gets a dog
Both-
treat, the other gets a cashew.
Yeah.
Give me paw. Hey, can you sit up?
It's just about there.
I'm done.
These ones
I
smell
choked
really
on my
good.
spit.
And
Oh
Nessa
my
is
God.
leaving her corporeal body, apparently.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Hold on, I'm coming back. But see, she like disappears. You can't see her when I set it to what I have it as.
Well, yeah, that's. Let me not call your dog what Maymay's baby's name is. 'Cause I've done it both ways. I've called Pistol Piper. I've called Piper Pistol. Easy for me to say.
You good?
I'm mostly good. We're coming to the end of our stream right now, so I'm just letting
Just
it all
remember
out.
that Kat did not drink tonight.
Not the drop.
It's
My
the-
Also-
water came from a Brita.
Also, I changed my drink. I'm now drinking water, but angry.
Angry water.
It goes
That's so good.
when you
Those are
drink it.
so yummy.
Mm-hmm.
The honey peach are so good.
I really do like the honey peach. That's the one I get the
need to
most
go
just because
for
of
a
caffeine.
refill. I'm gonna get a refill on.
You have 2
Caffeine
minutes
water.
left.
Well, I mean when we're done.
Oh, I was like, girl.
I was going to lament the fact that I don't have an actual toast, and it's bad luck to toast with an empty glass. So
That's fair.
before the end of the stream, I'll just have to tip my hat or something because
Alright.
we need all the luck we can get these days, don't we, mates?
Yeah.
Oh, we're so glad you enjoyed the stream.
Yes.
So we're here every Monday doing our talky, drinky, random topics. We're here every Friday doing a game night. We do Jackbox games. We do Pirates Against Humanity. Or Cards Against Pirates. I forget what we call it.
Naughty.
Cards Against Piracy.
Yeah, Cards Against Piracy. And then occasionally on Saturdays we'll be here doing different streams with maybe just 1 or 2 of us on stream since we're kind of separated.
So come back Friday, and yeah, we'll love to have you here every stream.
Awesome,
Come
we'd
back
love to have you.
Friday, play
Yes.
games with us. Come back Monday, and we'll start again at 7 p.m. Eastern. 7
And
p.m.
painting.
It's Friday. 6 p.m. Eastern next Monday.
I will be
I'm
writing
done.
new cards before Friday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, join our
Yay.
Discord. Anyone can come in. Usually we just have subs on the game chat channels, but you can help put some cards in if you can think of any funny piracy like comments or sentences or answers for like Cards
Yeah,
Against
there
Humanity.
better be nut dust on a card somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's true. We definitely need to put
No.
that in there now. We have consensual and unconsensual forced meets. It's a good time. But yeah, join us there
Because of this stream.
because of this
Boy, I'm
stream.
glad we let that topic drop months ago.
I'm glad we let
Never
that
thought
die.
about it again.
Never.
We never thought about it again.
Yeah.
yes.
But before we go real quick, I want to know, since Kat's just drinking water, how many disappointed Devlins is she tonight?
I think Lolly is the only one that can tell me how many.
I mean, I can. There you go.
Then do it. There we are. I said, how many? How many?
Nut dust on Nessa's boobs. Oh my
6.
gosh. All right, everyone. And on that note, we're gonna...
Yuki, if you're on the TikTok, find Doc on the TikTok. One of his latest videos explains all the pins on his hat. So just saying.
Yes, he's Doc the Pirate
Yes, it
Surgeon.
does. And there's a lot going on there, isn't there?
There's so much
There's
going
a
on
lot
your
going on.
hat. It's grand. I like that there's 2 salty balls. We're gonna add more.
You know
when
what?
we...
I had to do that literally like 7 times
To fit it.
because I didn't have
Under a
enough
minute.
time to get explanations in for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, under a minute.
Well done. It turned out fine. You touched on everything. So good job. And it's so interesting. So definitely find us on all the social media. We're on the Book of Face, we're on the YouTubes, we're all over the place. Plus piratesoffortunesfolly.com.
And with that, we look forward to seeing everyone on Friday, and we're gonna send you guys over to our friend Rockin' Doc, who's doing some music tonight. I don't know what kind of music. I don't think it's shanties,
time to
but
double
it might be
his nose.
shanties.
He's piano bar man, so it's whatever.
Piano
whatever's
bar.
on his list. It's gonna be great.
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful
Bye.
evening. We'll see you Friday.